Hey guys, this is Manifesting Better, and I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Today's video is something that is going to be a little bit longer and a little bit more complicated. So stay with me. If you have to watch it twice, watch it twice. I'm going to be covering a few topics and I'm going to be covering a few points. The topic for today's video is, shall I go in steps versus shall I go directly to the end? So first let me tell you what directly to the end means in the community and what steps mean in the community. Directly to the end means that going directly to exactly what you want. So let's say you want a relationship and you are in no contact right now. So instead of going to first getting a text message, you go to directly to the relationship. Or if you want to be a billionaire and you don't have anything right now, so or whatever the situation is in the current world, instead of going manifesting small amounts, you go directly to being a billionaire. And manifesting in steps means that you go and manifest one small thing first, one small thing first, one small thing first, and then you keep going from there. Now let me tell you my take on it, right? For that, first I will have to explain a little bit more about self concept. I will have to explain, and I have a video on this. I will post it down, the link I will post down in the description. But first I'll have to explain a few things about that, just so I can hit home with this one. Think about it this way. We only get things in life that align with our self image, right? I have said this 1,000 times before. We only get things in life that align with our self image. And according to those things is what we achieve. And according to our self image is the level of things that we find achievable, right? So, for example, let's say firstly, do I think I deserve earning money? If the answer is yes, how much of it do I think I deserve? Let's say $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Let's say my limit is $30,000. Above that, I don't see it happening, right? I don't even believe it's possible. And I especially don't believe it's possible for me. So, around 40,000 and below 40,000 is what my is basically under my belief system, and above that the things that I idealize, the things that I put on a pedestal are above that, right? Which means that they don't correspond with my self image, right? Now comes the topic of if I should go in steps or if I should go directly to the end. Again, in a general point of view, I would always recommend anyone to go directly to the end, because I believe that when we are manifesting something specific, it usually is ridden with the sense of insecurity and with a sense of lack, because we are looking for that one thing to somehow fix us and to somehow complete us. When we go in steps, we don't realize that our state of being behind it is automatically a state of lack, because we are waiting for that one small movement to make us believe that we are worth something, to validate us, and to make us feel that, alright, I can do this. But that often has the opposite effect, because the state of being behind it also keeps manifesting. So even if I'm manifesting a text message, I get that text message. What will happen after that is, because my state of being was lack, I will also manifest feeling more lack, which is why the text message won't satisfy me. I will still keep looking for validation in order to feel it's working. That's one thing. That's why I recommend people to go directly to the end. Because why would I, basically, when I'm saying that all I deserve is a text message, I am putting myself down automatically. Now, this is just one side of the spectrum. This is just one way to look at it, right? Let's talk about the state of being behind it. So, this was the example of a person for whom the state of being behind it is lack, right? If I'm coming from a lack direction, if I don't have a good self concept, if I don't have a good self image, and I'm going after something just for it to validate me, then I would always recommend dropping that, going directly to the end, or first working on the self image. Because even if you manifest this thing like that, it's probably not going to give you the desired results. It's not going to be very sustainable. Now let's say comes down to, let's talk about the other side of it. The other side of it being that many a times we have a good self concept and we still aren't able to manifest that one thing, right? We have a very good self concept and we still aren't able to manifest that one particular thing. Why is that? Because if we have a good self concept, we are still not looking for that one thing to come and complete us, to validate us. So the lack part is not there. But why is the issue? Because we can have a good self concept and still think that something is above us or outside of our belief system. So I can be great with my confidence, I can be great with money and still believe that that girl doesn't like me. I can be great with everything in my life and still believe that job won't hire me. Or let's say I'm a middle class man and I have a lot of love in my life, I have a lot of friends and I am very very confident, but I still don't believe that that $1 billion is accessible to me. In these scenarios, when you have been stuck manifesting from the end for a long time, I would recommend get down a little bit and manifest something that is achievable, that you find, basically figure out a step that you find achievable, right? And go manifest that. Because the issue here is not the self concept. The issue here is not a lack of self worth. The issue here is not looking for validation. The issue here is that you just don't think that's believable for you. It's not a bad thing. That's not life changing. It's just that you don't think it's believable for you. That's why sometimes we can keep going after one thing for a long time, even after we have worked on our self concept, and that still feels outside of our comfort zone. Now, going in steps doesn't mean that you go for a text message or something like $2 or $100. Going in steps can also be something substantial, because that in itself is an end result. So if I want to manifest a relationship and I have a good self concept, I have worked on myself enough, I have worked on my belief system, everything is going good, I have a life outside the manifestation, I'm enjoying it, but that thing seems a little bit outside of my comfort zone, I will still not go for a text message. I will still go for something like a healthy communication, something that I find substantial, right? That's just a little bit above my comfort zone, but not too much like the full relationship would be. So let me summarize once. I know it was like up and down, but let me summarize once. If you are in a bad state of mind all the time, if you are living from a state of lack, I would recommend first working on that. Because even if that manifestation comes, you're not going to be fully satisfied with it, you're not going to enjoy it. Whilst working on that, you can go directly to the end, or you can find something substantial that is in the middle, that will still be something worth it, not like a text message or a call, but will be something that is near your belief system, right? That's one. If you, so in this scenario, the first priority should be working more on your self concept. If you have a good self concept, if you have a pretty good life other than this one area of manifesting which you are stuck with, and you have been focusing on something for a pretty long time, so let's say you have been focusing on that end result for a long time, then go a little bit lower and go manifest that one thing that you right now feel is believable for you, that right now you think is a little bit under your belief system. Because sometimes that is what is helpful. So for example, even me, if I have like, so thank you all of you, I just reached 20,000 on Instagram, so thank you for that, I really appreciate you all. But from there, I will not, even if I live for the end result of 2 million, it will be a little bit outside of my comfort zone, I will think it is weird. So that is why if I have to go manifest more followers, I will first go to 40,000 or 60,000. I have a pretty awesome self concept, but still have that thing outside of my belief system right now. Doesn't mean it will never be in my belief system. It just means that as I keep moving forward, I will keep going, and maybe after 40,000, I can directly go to 200k. I can take a pretty big leap. but that is how you get these things under your belief system. I know this was a little bit complicated. This topic was a little bit complicated. So I promise that any comments left under this video related to this subject, I will answer. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.